evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of It Remains to Be Seen, coming to you from YouTube jail. Yes, that's right, folks. We are coming to you from YouTube jail because they didn't like what we were talking about. We're hoping to be back over on the original channel soon, but for now, we are over here on the backup channel. And as always, my screen reader is going off. I'm going to turn that off. But over here on the other screen, you have your beautiful hostess, Lori.
Crap, that's me. That's me. It's just me. It's fine. What is happening? Things are going off left, right, and center over here.
What do you mean? Is there something wrong in your jail cell?
Oh, yeah, it's been crazy. I'm not allowed to be seen on camera.
Oh, man.
I got banned.
Wow. So pretty much you're just saying you got censored.
But they're like, yeah, no, you can't be seen on camera. No. So I was like, but I have a show. I don't know. Things are also apparently heating up in Northport.
Oh, really?
I don't know. There's been some talk about some crap happening over there. You know the stuff. Like, oh, laundry should be charged too. Yeah, people just don't.
So are they going to go lightly over there, or
I don't know. The headline from Molly Golightly's show is "Dirty Laundry's Heating Up in Northport." It's hard to say for sure. I assume things are heating up in Northport from her title, but it could mean something completely different.
Oh, shoot.
You know, I am amazed with some stuff. I'm gonna try not to swear this whole show, okay, guys?
Just let me make sure that the audio output is coming in because shoot, because I don't know. Let me check over here.
What in the crap
shoot.
are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. Because my censored sound is coming from my computer speakers. And so I was just worried that the audio wasn't working out here on YouTube. But it appears to be working, so.
So, well, there you be. It's a working. Okay, so I don't know. So that's happening in Northport. Don't know what it means. Didn't want to click, so that's just what happened. However, I was getting a couple laughs out of the, dude that bashes her quite often. Not that I'm a mean person. I'm not. It's just that I don't get it.
She puts herself in those places the way that she acts. So it's not very adult-like, in my opinion.
Right?
But so
I don't know either. Like, there's something weird going on, with that Robin Lane from the Summer Wells thing. She was one from the church.
Oh, really?
I don't know what's happening. They ended up having a truck that was the same color, that red truck, that pickup that they were looking for Summer Wells. Well, apparently she has a truck that's very similar, if not identical.
Interesting.
Claims they bought it a couple months after someone went missing. Really weird. That's happening with them.
Wow.
Yeah. I've also been binge watching a lot of the Turpins.
Oh.
I really never knew that whole story.
It was a pretty messed up situation, that's for sure.
No doubt. Those kids are amazing to have survived it. And to be such outgoing people like they are now, having to learn how to be part of society.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So crazy. There's also the flooding crap happening in BC. Ooh, is it ever? We got some. We do got some alerts and some evacuation alerts, and flood watches, and a whole bunch of good stuff is going on. And I guess people just need to be cautious about what the updates are. And if I were you guys, go high. Go high. Go very high. This is the second atmospheric river this weekend, I believe. And there's still supposed to be another one, I'm assuming, on between now and Tuesday. If not on Tuesday. So that's that. And Abbotsford is just Merritt, Abbotsford is just terrible. Terrible. Pemberton, that whole area. Stay safe if you are in that area and don't travel if you're not. And even if you are, don't travel. Don't stay home.
Okay.
Stay home. Other than that, there isn't very many things going on for updates. I mean, that whole the whole what is it? The pandemic stuff going on. There's that new variant.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it made its way to heck's that place called I told you earlier about, Bob?
Africa.
No, from Africa, yeah, but the UK. That's where it was.
Oh yeah. It came from Africa and wound
Yeah,
up in the UK.
yeah. So apparently it hasn't hit Canada yet. I don't know if it has or not in the States. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so far at least BC doesn't have it, which is a good thing because that's where I live. So
man, oh man.
So let's see here. Just checking quickly. Oh, so that fundraiser for there was a GoFundMe created for Brooks
Mm-hmm.
in an effort to raise $5 million, the bail amount for Daryl Brooks.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever happened there?
Well, I guess the original person that posted ended up getting banned from like GoFundMe, and like that doesn't even make sense why anybody would want to help him. What did he do that would even like? In my opinion, he's a danger to society.
I
Why would
agree.
you want to raise that money to get his ass out where he could do more harm than leave him locked up? I mean, of course, there's people probably going to sit there and say it because there's always two sides to everything. The people that are going to sit there and say, like, hey, you know what? He was fleeing the scene of another crime. Like, the
Yeah.
adrenaline's pumping, this, that, whatever. And he didn't mean to hit those people, but
Didn't mean just like he didn't mean to hit his ex either, right?
exactly with the same vehicle. But the thing is that he had more than enough time. He did not need to drive as fast as he was driving. He could have avoided people. He could have gone down a different
Could have
road.
honked his horn.
He could have honked his horn. He could have stopped. He could have done anything except run people over.
But mind you, the police made a statement that they were not pursuing him at that time.
Yeah, so what was he fleeing from? The crime, obviously. But if, like, was he trying to, obviously he was trying to get a head start on the cops, right? And,
Is there any proof that he committed that crime in the first place? I haven't looked in the news
which
media.
crime?
The supposed domestic crime or the stabbing, whatever the case is that he was supposedly fleeing from.
Oh, it was a stabbing or something.
Yeah, is there any
Well,
proof?
I don't know. The cops acknowledged it
Okay.
because they didn't make it to that call.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I guess they were en route to it, as they didn't because of the parade.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy because, I mean, the other night I played that video of him at the Ring doorbell thing, and he doesn't even seem like he's really on the same planet as most people. So
Yeah. Totally agree with you on that.
so I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, all right, buddy, you should just be locked up and stay locked up. But today, after this missing person video, we are planning on talking about who?
Ahmaud Arbery.
Mm-hmm. I came across some videos today that really made me realize I should have been paying attention to that trial more. It was just so hard with the Rittenhouse one, and also too, when is that trial starting?
It is starting on the Ghislaine.
Yeah,
Ghislaine
Monday,
Maxwell
right?
trial Monday. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're not going to be televising it, obviously, but
Exactly.
they do say that we'll get drawings. You guys remember that show? Well, my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings.
I don't know, what show was that?
Simon.
I do not remember that show.
I do. Obviously, because I just sang it. Yeah, there's really nothing else going on to really talk about in the newsy side of the world, other than what I've said. There's not really a lot of updates, so it's quiet, which is a good thing. So
Right.
Looking again quickly, but I don't see anything that's going to help us at all. Well, good. Finally, eh? No news is good news.
That is for sure, especially when it is an absence of the bad variety.
Exactly. Well, if you want, you can probably play the video. It's a short one today.
All right. Well, for anybody who is new to watching this out here, this will be a video of missing persons. And if you see these posters and any of these individuals are in or around your area, please head on over to facebook.com/Ion Entertainment Network, where you can find shareable copies of these posters, and with just a few clicks or a few taps on your mobile device, you can be a help in getting the word out there. So, with that, guys, we will be right back.
When you're feeling down on your luck, you're tired and stuck, enough is enough. You gotta pick yourself up, cause life gets hard. It might leave scars, could tear you apart if you let it be smart, yeah. You wanna be just like the stars, take me to Mars, high up and far, guess that's a start, All I know is that I love making art, straight to my heart, keep up my guard, and always work hard, yeah. It's hard to have faith when you had a taste of this awful place, and if that's the case, you're sitting there sick and tired of the rat race. The fast pace has you thinking this a bad place. You just wanna blast off into outer space. I get it, trust me, I've been there, just wait. It gets better if you take control of your fate. So stop waiting and get going your own way. Broken dreams and these hopeless teens, how it's supposed to be, yeah. Are all these broken dreams and these hopeless teens how it's supposed to be, yeah. I'm sick and tired of these broken dreams, these broken teens, sitting down on broken screens. It sucks, cause I really know what hopeless means, but focus seems to stem from the darkest themes. Don't park your dream, get a jump start and dream of everything you thought you ever wanted to be. Then mark your team, together you could be something. Be smart and see that you is all you really need. Yeah, sometimes you gon' feel like you don't know. Sometimes you gon' feel like it's going slow. Sometimes you gon' wish that it came fast. Sometimes you gon' dwell back on the past. Yeah, I'm here to tell you that it won't last. Your mind's stronger than you think, get past all the things that keep you feeling bad, and pick yourself up and carve your own path. All these broken dreams and these hopeless teens, how it's supposed to be, yeah. Are all these broken dreams and these hopeless teens how it's supposed to be, yeah. When you're feeling down on your luck, you're tired and stuck.
And we are back, everyone. And so as Lori had mentioned, we're going to get into talking about Ahmaud Arbery and who he was. He just sounded like he was a 25-year-old young man who, like the title says, he was only guilty of running while black. It's the color of his skin, and he was a target. Which is just...
I don't know, like so many things that happened with that is crazy that they thought that releasing that video footage would actually help their case.
Right.
When obviously it was pretty much a slam dunk after that video was released that it was murder. I don't know, like, of course, I'm gonna try and attempt to play these. It's for ABC News, so I'm not too sure. And as long as we stop it and do our fair share of commentary, I'm hoping it'll be all right. But if we do disappear, guys, that's because YouTube goes,
Yep.
We'll have to see how that goes.
They're kind of like, well, if you guys want this kind of stuff, then you need to go there yourself. And yada, yada, yada. So, whatever.
I'm also going to have it on fast speed. Like, not too fast, but, certain.
Right.
So we can get through them all as fast as we can. So they may sound like chipmunks. I'm just saying. All right, Bob, are you ready to give me some power? Like, jeez, man.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? Am I...
Right? It's not like this was a new idea.
You got the power. Now you got it.
I know. And my idea that I thought, where both of us could log on under the same name, didn't work that one day when you totally booted me out of my house.
What?
So, remember when I sat there and I said that I asked you for the login?
Oh, yeah, because you said that you were able to log in before with from two different places in the same account, right?
Right. So I was logged in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, I'm going to go set up the Zoom. I was like, thinking, yeah, because I didn't tell you I was in, right?
Right.
So I wanted to see what would happen if you could be like, able to. I was planning on, kind of giving you a little scare. Boo, I'm here. Because you wouldn't have been expecting that. But, yeah. So, yeah, it's not what you think.
Oh, man.
See, the thing is, guys, I don't normally go into these. I'm not normally a giddy person. And I don't normally laugh a lot. Like, today I've been laughing a lot.
Which I like hearing that. I like hearing that.
It's possible because I've finally
Because what?
I finally flipped my lid. Somebody ate the last cookie in the cookie jar. It's like, oh.
Which I like hearing that. I like.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Possible because you hear that?
I do.
You hear it now?
No.
Okay. So weak. All right. So we're gonna play them all.
Why not?
And
hopefully, guys, we don't get in trouble for this. We're trying to exercise. We're trying to exercise fair use. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love those filters.
Me too. All right, so then I guess we'll play the first video.
Since 1957,
Uh-oh.
Farmer of Health Africa.
We have an advertisement. Now, we might get in trouble for that.
I gotta be on it then, hey?
What I don't understand is, if we're playing somebody's advertisement on our channel, why would we get copyrighted when we are, getting their stuff out there more?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they're not paying us for it.
That's true.
Ahmaud would go out running, jogging every day.
All right. I guess we should first explain that that's the mother.
Yes.
His mother. And I gotta stop. Okay.
He just loved running past the oak trees and the pine trees.
He liked it because it was peaceful. He was at home when he ran.
He just loved smelling the sea salt as he ran.
If it wasn't drenching in rain, Ahmaud would be running.
Ahmaud Arbery was Wanda Cooper Jones and Marcus Arbery Sr.'s third child. They had an older son.
First of all, he looks like he really had to think about those names, which I thought was kind of odd being he knew their names.
I
don't know. It just seemed he was pulling them out of a hat. Like, when you kind of like thinking, your eyeballs go to the back of your head.
Now, we'll have to figure out how to jump through this, because I think even if we do a commentary, I'm thinking how long is the whole video?
8.
Yeah, I'm thinking if we play the whole thing, even if we're doing a commentary, that they might strike us for that. I'm not entirely sure. I just don't know. They in copyright school, they need to make sure, YouTube, if you're listening, listen. In copyright school, when you start talking about fair use, you should probably slow it down instead of going, fair use is because that's exactly what you guys did, and it makes it really difficult for people to try to do the right thing for their videos. So you kind of got to throw us a bone here, YouTube.
Okay, so basically, we can fill in gaps, right? Okay, so that was the mood of the video, whatnot, and he liked to run. He played football when he was in high school, but he couldn't go any further than that, right? Because he was smaller and...
Even though he was a good football player.
Yeah, even though he was good at what he did. So anyhow, he had to kind of reevaluate his dreams and what he wanted to do and everything like that. So
yeah, so number one, dreams smashed by society's freaking standards.
Exactly. And then there was that whole talk about him being in the... the heck was it? The girlfriend. He was close to the girlfriend.
Yeah, it sounded like, from everything, that he treated her well. He was good to people.
He helped his mom. He helped pay bills. He helped do a lot of different stuff. I mean, he couldn't be a football player, and I'm sure that set him back, because I'm sure he probably wanted to provide and give a better life to his parents and whatnot. So you fast forward, and there was the talk that he was like stealing out of that house, right?
Right. Yeah, if it was even him.
If it was even him, but is it possible that maybe the reason why he was in that house was the same reason why he went to that part of the neighborhood, knowing what side of the highway he was on.
Oh yeah, let me elaborate on that if I can, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
So this highway. Hey Georgia, you need to get your butts in gear and treat people like human. I'm not saying everybody in Georgia is racist, but in this particular area, one side of the highway was white, and it was the more upscale area, and the opposite side of the highway was predominantly where people who are black live. And like it stated in that video that we're showing, it could be that he was jogging over there because he just it was as close in his mind. It was possibly as close as he was going to get to that upscale life because his dream had been shattered. This whole crap, this separating line is so damn ridiculous. But then it gets worse. So go ahead, hon.
I completely agree. So there's the thing that I'm thinking he may have just been in there to try to get maybe some inspiration to figure out what to do to still make that possible, to have that life, but go down a different path to get it.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying, okay, that he didn't try go do some dumb stuff. Everybody does dumb stuff. Lord knows I've done enough of it.
Same.
So, I mean, there's some stuff that you just shake your head and go, what the hell was I even thinking? I just say usually the fact that you weren't thinking is the answer to that. I don't know. To me, he sounded like he was just a normal person wanting to do the best in life and getting the worst handed to him.
Right.
Now, I don't think, I mean, I also understand too, there's two different sides to who believes what happened. There's a ton of people that sit there and say that McMichaels should not have been found guilty, and that Brian guy shouldn't have been found guilty either. There's also the people that think that justice was served, all three of them being found guilty.
I personally,
going away probably for the rest of their lives.
I personally am on the side that feels that justice was served, especially when you start seeing some of the behind the scenes crap that was going on, because that case wouldn't have been pushed forward if it wasn't for Ahmaud's mom finding out what she found out.
So from what I'm understanding about what had happened that day, is that they had seen Ahmaud going into that house a few times, apparently. He was caught on surveillance camera. I guess there was enough proof it was him. And whatnot. But regardless.
Still no excuse to kill somebody.
He never had anything, nothing was on him, so he never stole anything. He, I don't know, in my way of thinking, I think he may have been just trying to find some inspiration to still make that a reality.
Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe his mom was really struggling.
I could see that.
And maybe he feels he let her down because he couldn't be a football player. Especially when his cousin and friend went on to be in the NFL.
He just wanted, I mean, his mom in the video, at one point she had mentioned that he became the man of the house. And, maybe it wasn't spoken so much to him, but it was like an unspoken thing that he knew. That was his position. And society tells us, as and I feel that a man should be a provider. However, this society judges being a provider based upon how much money somebody gets. It's not about the protection. It's not about making sure. And I'm not the best at this all the time. I'm not, but part of being a provider means that making sure that the emotional well-being of your partner is okay too. It's not just the physical crap. It's not just making tons of money. It's all of those things. And but historically speaking, when it comes to what I've learned about how people who are black have been treated over all these years. There's a huge freaking stigma and all of this crap just because of the skin color, and he was carrying all of that crap on his shoulders.
I honestly think it's stupid that you have to be fearful of your life just because of the color of your skin.
Agreed. And sadly, it's a reality.
Something that nobody can control. Something that doesn't make you better than anyone else because of the color.
And you know what else is sad? That there are very unwise, unintelligent families who still teach their kids to judge people based upon the color of their skin.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing is that people
suck.
Isn't that the truth? So these guys were married, eh?
Who's that?
Well, I'm pretty sure that a couple of their wives were out testifying. There was one wife that did for sure. Oh yeah, here's the video from the
create, manage, and grow more of your business.
We report again tonight on the fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbery. This case is perhaps a sign of the times because so much was caught on tape, including the killing itself. Now more video has surfaced, and it offers clues about why Ahmaud may have walked through the construction site just moments before he was shot. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
The Georgia family who owns the home under construction that's now part of the investigation into the shooting of an unarmed young black man a block away is now sharing video after video, some showing this unidentified person who began visiting the property in October and took nothing, who the homeowners now believe may have been coming onto the property for water. And these security camera videos showing a white couple showing children from the neighborhood. All kinds of people who the homeowners tell us were looking around, took nothing, didn't raise the neighbors' suspicions, and certainly weren't killed weeks later.
No
Travis
freaking kidding.
McMichael and his father, Greg, a former police officer, are charged with murdering 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery, seen here being killed in the street on February 23rd in Brunswick, Georgia. They told police they thought the young man was, quote, the suspect from the break-ins, and after seeing him here, 2 doors down,
all right, pause that for a second. They thought. Because the freaking court, you know, they give a sentence on somebody who they think. Did they have probable cause? You know, a former police officer, did he have probable cause to shoot? No.
Probably not. He probably didn't have probable cause.
You know why they thought it was him? Because he was black.
Yep. And there was that clear divide.
Yeah, right down the freaking highway.
So basically, in my opinion, there weren't very many black people in that neighborhood, so he probably stood up.
Oh, I'm sure. I am darn sure.
And I mean no disrespect by that.
No, it's the sad reality of it all. And like it's stated right there, you know, the people who own the house, they watched that footage. Nobody took anything out of there. They think that the one person who they thought might be Ahmaud was coming in there for water. What if it was him? And what if they were having trouble paying the freaking water bill?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, who knows, you know?
In construction site, they tried to make a citizen's arrest. The father's lawyers spoke out today.
The truth will reveal that this is not just another act of violent racism.
Whatever,
Greg
dude.
McMichael did not commit murder.
Whatever.
No, he did not. No, the father did not. No.
Oh, yeah, no, Travis did, correct?
Travis did.
And let's bring in Steve Osunsami. Steve, the suspect's lawyer claims that there's exculpatory evidence in this case that might clear his client. Do we have any indication of what that might be?
They're claiming that there is another video, a video that they say shows the truth of what happened on February 23rd, the day that this young black man who was unarmed was gunned down in the middle of the street. They're not clear as to who recorded that video, what part of the confrontation this video shows. I did, Lindsay, however, check with state authorities who say at this point they are not confirming whether there is or is not a new video and whether it's relevant.
And if there is this new video, Steve, that they say holds the truth, have they suggested what that truth is?
Well, one of the things they're saying is that their client, which is Gregory McMichael, the father, isn't guilty of murder. It sounds like what they're sort of indicating is that he may not have been seen on tape, and he's not seen on tape directly shooting this young man. And so they're trying to argue that a murder charge for him is inappropriate at this point.
Okay. Steve Osunsami, thanks so much for...
Wow.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Wow, 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 wow. Oh, wowie. Yeah, wowie.
Okay, but if it wasn't him who shot, wouldn't he still be an accomplice to murder?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact of the matter is why the heck did they think that it was okay for them to chase him down and falsely imprison him? You know, jogging on that side, I'm sure that in his mind when this started happening, he thought, oh crap, something's going to go down. And unfortunately, it did go down. And with all of the stuff that's going on and the way that, you know, people of color have been treated here in this country, can understand why they would be, you know, fearful when something like this is happening.
What is up with these ads?
I do not know.
APIs.
And then you said that you thought maybe Matt had seen him.
That's correct.
And Matt is Mr. Albenzi?
I want to hear what his story is.
Yes.
And then you said he may have broken in.
Correct.
And then you said maybe Larry English is over on his property.
Yes.
Circumstances to believe a crime has been committed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. But that's really only half the definition, isn't it?
That's what I was taught in my training, was that definition right there.
So,
wait.
Isn't it correct that, well, let me ask it this way. Didn't you learn from your training that you need two parts?
Reasonable suspicion first, and then probable cause.
So, isn't it true from your training that you need two parts of probable cause? You need probable cause that a crime has actually been committed, and that the person you're arresting is the one who committed the crime.
But they knew that there wasn't a crime committed.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even know for 100% it was him.
Exactly.
That would be correct.
All right. But you left out the second part, that you actually have to have probable cause that the person you're arresting is actually the one committing the crime.
That makes sense. I mean, that was the person that I assumed that was
you assumed
committing the crime. That was the probable cause was him.
Wow.
Him.
Yes.
Meaning the guy you'd seen on the 11th.
Correct.
All right, so you used the word totality of the circumstances a whole bunch here, haven't you?
Yes, I guess. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let's go ahead and back up for a second. You had your gun stolen, correct?
I did.
On January 1st, 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
And you had a suspect in mind for that theft of that gun, correct?
Yes, let me
guess, it was Ahmaud.
Got the videos from Ms. Perez, Diego. Looking through, there was a truck that came through that I haven't seen in the neighborhood before. And after looking at the truck, I thought that it might have been some teenagers that I would see on that part of the county. And it turned out that it was a neighbor on the other side, and that was as far as I went with that.
Who's David Sorrells?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
He's not a Facebook friend of yours?
Not that I believe.
Would it help to refresh your recollection if you looked at some of your Facebook posts that you shared with Mr. Sorrells?
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead and take a look at this.
There goes your credibility, dude.
Like, does he just not know, or?
Yeah, I recognize it.
All right. Do you know who David Sorrells is?
I do not.
All right.
He must have been on the neighborhood page. I do remember the message now, and I believe he must have saw it on the neighborhood.
His voice
Facebook
was really
page.
getting squeaky there.
Yeah, no, I
All right,
heard
so
that too.
on January 1st, he says he's sorry about your gun being stolen out of your car. Is that right?
Yes, that's what he wrote.
All right. And then you indicated that you had a pretty good feeling about who stole it.
Yes, ma'am.
And you found out where he lived. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you'd been watching him for several days.
Yes.
That was not Mr. Arbery.
No, that was the truck I was telling you about.
Okay. And you then indicated that this may be the same individual who has been causing trouble in the neighborhood.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But that's not Mr. Arbery.
No, ma'am.
So why, in your written statement, 2 hours after the homicide, do you put down the very first sentence? On January 1st of 2020, approximately between 9 and 10:30, I had my vehicle broken into and my Smith & Wesson gun stolen out of my truck.
Because I was aware of things of burglaries and vehicles being broken into the neighborhood, and then on top of seeing what I saw on the 11th, that there are things being broken into. I was under concern that Mr. Arbery could be a suspect in this. Or it could not be, but like I said prior...
Could be or could not be, yeah. Makes a lot of sense,
I'm
dude.
kind of thinking that he thought he was because he took it into his hands to kill him.
Yeah, no doubt. Notice how he's
He is the one that I have seen, and he is...
Pardon?
Notice how he's flip-flopping.
Yeah.
The one that has been in that house several times. So, of course I'm thinking he's a suspect. But I don't know if it was him or the other people that they've seen or if I've heard about.
Yeah, but you always thought it was okay to shoot him.
And you got that from your mom.
Yes.
And then you got him inside the construction site, right? Inside 220.
Yes, ma'am.
And at the point in time on February 23rd, you knew about October 25th,
Yes.
November 18th,
Yes.
and February 11th.
Yes.
So sorry. It's an ad. Oh.
I was incorrect. I said I reached into his pants on the written statement.
Right, so in your statement, you indicated that
What did I miss?
I was getting out of my car to ask him what he was doing,
This is a written statement?
Correct.
Part of that, okay.
and he turned toward my vehicle and reached into his pants, which led me to think that he may have a weapon.
Yes, ma'am.
That he was armed.
Reach like that to his pants?
No. That's...
And then you indicated I immediately put my car in reverse and the individual went into the house under construction, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was... Oh. All right, can everybody see now? Okay. Attorney's question about if Mr. Larry English had filed a police report about items stolen off. And you could see his hands as he ran.
Yes.
I'll ask a better question, Your Honor. On cross-examination, do you remember Officer Rash testifying that the officer assigned, if Mr. English had filed a report, would have investigated that?
Yes.
Okay, and that Officer Rash, you heard him testify that that would have included interviewing Larry English, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you heard Larry English testify that the boat had been moved back and forth between Douglas, correct?
He learned that, yes.
Well, you didn't learn that. He knew it. He'd moved the boat back and forth, right?
You talking about Rash or English?
Object. I'm not sure what the relevance is about asking him what he heard people testify in court that he didn't know with his own personal knowledge.
Seemed like they had a lot of
Hearing what people
issues
later
as
come to
trial,
testify
too.
about in court is asking him to comment on the testimony before the jury. It doesn't seem to be a relevant inquiry. What he did, what he knew at those particular times, I think, sure. But what they testify about in court and how that may change his thoughts about dates in the past doesn't appear to be relevant.
It's overruled. Go ahead.
Okay. And you heard Larry English testify that he suspected his subcontractors? Yes?
That
Larry English suspected his subcontractors of having stolen the items off of his boat. You heard him testify to that?
Here, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you heard him testify that he told that to Officer Rash?
Yes.
And you heard Officer Rash testify that he told that to your father?
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what was happening on February 23rd, 2020. All right, so you personally first saw Ahmaud Arbery as he was running ahead of you on Burford.
That's correct.
Okay, and you were driving behind him in the white F-150 pickup truck.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and at that time, when you first saw him, he didn't have a bag, did he?
No, ma'am.
Didn't have a backpack?
He did not.
Wasn't carrying a box?
Was it?
And you could see his hands as he ran?
Yes.
Right. And you could see that he was wearing the cargo shorts and the t-shirt?
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't know who he was? I mean, you didn't know him personally?
I didn't know him personally, no, ma'am.
Okay. You didn't know his name?
No, ma'am.
All right. Didn't know anything about him?
Nothing.
He didn't know you?
Not that I'm aware of.
You just knew that he was the guy who was on video at the open unsecured construction site?
That I saw on the 11th.
And at this point in time, when you first see him on Burford, he's not reaching into his pockets?
Wow.
No, ma'am. Not running, no, ma'am.
And he never yelled at you guys?
No, ma'am.
Never threatened you at all?
No, ma'am.
Never brandished any weapons?
Answer.
Yeah, he did not threaten me verbally, no, ma'am.
All right. Didn't brandish any weapons?
No, ma'am.
Didn't pull out any guns?
No, ma'am.
Didn't pull out any knife?
No, ma'am.
Never reached for anything, did he?
No.
He just ran?
Yes, he was just running.
So at this point in time, you catch up to him on Burford by pulling up next to him. Is that right?
Yes, pulling alongside, keeping with my window right there. I did.
So as he's running down the street, say this is the street, he's on this side of the road, consistent with someone driving forward, or is he on that side of the road looking at oncoming traffic?
Oncoming traffic.
Okay. So he's on the side for oncoming traffic.
That's correct.
All right, so you pull up next to him. Is that right?
Yes.
You startled him.
No.
Are you a mind reader?
Okay.
I'm not, but I could see his actions, the way that he didn't veer, he didn't run off. I came up to him slowly, just like I would anybody else, and I've never startled anybody doing that before. Anybody walking or jogging or running. I've never had anybody become startled on that, so I don't know why we'd be...
Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Have you ever chased
How many
anybody
times
like
have
that
you
before?
pulled up on
jogging?
strangers that you don't
Was
know
he showing
next to them with a pickup truck to
the gun?
ask them what they're doing in your neighborhood?
I don't think I have in that situation, but I have pulled up on people that are running behind, coming up behind them. But I mean, if you could be startled for somebody coming up behind you, is one thing or other. You can tell if somebody is, but I didn't startle him. I didn't come up on him hard or fast or blow him the horn or anything. I just pulled alongside him on my side of the road, right at the yellow line, and once he acknowledged me, and
That's all he did. He was innocent. Wow. That's crazy. I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah, that just You know, I mean, he makes it sound like he drives up on people who are jogging all the time.
It sounds weird, but that was the first thing that hit me.
This is the shooting part.
What do you do?
I shot. Why? He had my gun. He struck me. It was obvious that he was. It was obvious that he was attacking me. That if he would have got the shotgun from me, then it was this is a life or death situation.
Wait, didn't he just say he had my gun?
Stop him from doing this, so I shot him.
Did he stop when you shot?
He did not. No, he did not.
Can you remember everything, every hand, every movement? Can you remember those things?
No, I know that I know that I got hit, and I know that I was weapon retention. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
With a shotgun or a rifle, it's called the push-pull method. And when somebody's got a weapon, you go to port arms and you push out and you pull down is what you're taught. I was a stickler with it with everybody that was trained. That was my biggest fear, that somebody's on a boat and they come up because the pistol's holstered. Rifle, shotgun, you got it in your hand. It'd be easier for somebody to get it from you. So I always exclusively train people to do this push-pull. So it's natural for me. It's, it's trained into, it's muscle memory. And when this happened, I was in port arms, I got struck. And I remember when I came down, I got hit in the top of the head. And he had the weapon in his hand, so I pushed and pulled, still getting hit. And
did you get it free from his grip?
I don't believe I did. I don't know. I don't know exactly when or where or if he continued grabbing, but we were together. We were locked up. He was on that shotgun.
You've seen the video we talked about?
Well, he was probably trying to stop you from shooting him.
Yeah.
Do you remember where your bodies were moving?
I know that he was. I didn't know where I was at, but I knew that he was on me. I knew that I was losing this. I knew that if I was getting tripped, if I would have tripped, or if he would have got a lucky strike on my head, or if I would have lost that grip on that shotgun, that I would have been shot, or I'd have been in serious trouble at that point. I knew that he was overpowering me, but I didn't know which direction or what mechanics he was doing to overpower me.
Do you, at that time, did you remember how many times you shot the gun?
No, I didn't. I thought I shot twice.
But you shot it. You shot it.
Yes. Yes.
Do you remember how many times you did?
I thought it was twice until later on speaking with the investigator that I realized that it was 3 shots. But I shot the first shot. I knew I shot, and then the second shot, I shot again because I was still fighting. He was all over me. He was still all over the shotgun, and he was not relenting. So I was
just thinking, if you didn't have the shotgun in the first place, this wouldn't have happened. See, people, it's not just 17-year-olds that shoot people.
Yep.
Grown-ass men do it too.
Yep, exactly.
Shot again to stop him. That third shot, which I thought was second, that final shot, he disengaged, and at that point, he let go. He turned and continued to run down Statilla. And at that point, I was in shock. I turned around. I don't know where I was going. My dad came out, and he was yelling that he's got his hand under him. I turned around. We got over there and pulled his hand out from under him and realized that he was deceased. And I looked up, and the police were right there. I stood up, realized that that I got a gun here, and that he's passed away. The police were on scene, so I walked over to the side and put my shotgun down. After that, it was a blur. The shotgun was a blur.
Wow.
Do you remember speaking to the police on the scene?
I do.
Do you remember going back and getting a statement to Officer Nohilly?
Yes.
Did Officer Nohilly?
Like, seriously? I don't know if I feel bad.
Yeah.
What does people think? Like, seriously, like, put in the comments. Because
he had no business doing it. None. There was no proof that he stole anything. And he wasn't in a position to be doing crap like that in the first place. Like, none. What do you expect? You expect somebody to be calm when you're following them in your freaking vehicle?
Exactly. Especially when they're black and you're white and there's so much divide already.
Yeah, because they're on the white side. Freaking crap. How do you expect them to feel?
Exactly. People are dumb. I think that obviously Travis was the one who did the shooting.
Yeah, but I don't think we elaborated on the fact that his dad had connections and they were going to try to have the whole thing swept under the carpet.
Yeah, then there was that because he used to work for the district attorney.
Mm-hmm. And
That's right.
had Ahmad's mom not found that information out, it probably would have stayed under the carpet. So good on her.
And that's sad, you know. A lot of these missing people need to have people like that in their corner where they're going to fight and they're going to, you know, try to find justice. And that doesn't mean do it where the Gabby Petito thing, I think, got way out of control.
Agreed.
Media-wise, I think it got way too much attention, and I think it definitely took away attention from other important cases. And I don't know. I guess there's that kind of attention where it's overkill, and then there's attention like Summer Wells where it's just plain ridiculous.
Yeah.
And with a like circus over there, which is crazy. I don't know. That's where I lost my direction. Something came up on the thing, and I lost my story. I don't know.
Just messed up.
It upsets me, you know.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
I don't think it's fair when people decide to play God and take people out of this world.
At the same time, and I don't stand on the side where the guns are the problem. The guns really aren't the problem. I mean,
people are the problem.
People are the problem. They could have used their vehicles if they didn't have those the shotgun on hand.
Guns don't kill people.
No, it's the people. It's the people. It's the heart.
You know, he's crying tears on the stand and all that other kind of crap. Yeah, because it probably was shocking that he killed somebody. But the thing is that you killed him. You can't take that back.
No.
Had you guys not been chasing him with your vehicles, he probably wouldn't have felt threatened.
Or better yet, had Daddy actually taught you that it's okay for somebody to have a freaking different skin color than you. And not freaking profile people because of the color of their damn skin. Because it sure doesn't sound like that teaching was going on in the home.
I don't know, you know, I was raised everybody was equal.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only way that happens is if the people who are treated unequally find people who believe that way. Otherwise, they get screwed. They get screwed in the employment sector. They get screwed in the school sector. Everywhere. Unless there are people who think that way.
I mean, in our school, we had, like in elementary and that, we had the disabled people mixed in with the regular people. Like, they weren't sectioned off because they were different. A lot of places were. Which I thought was really sad because everybody deserved to be loved and everybody deserved to have somebody care about them and that they're people too. Mm-hmm. I never thought of anything different when there was a black person around or it wasn't... I don't know. Lots of people had different thoughts because there's a lot of people, I think, that have old-fashioned thinking where it's the black. I don't know. Is it worse now than then? Back when?
I don't know, hon. I think that with having so much stuff at our fingertips these days, we can see just how bad it really is in a much quicker.
So it possibly was already this bad. We just didn't have the knowledge.
Oh, I'm sure it was already this bad. I mean, you know, you read through like American history and you read about, I mean, there was a story of, oh man, I can't remember. It was down in the South. And there was a man who was black. I'm trying to remember the name of it now because history was not my best subject as far as remembering goes. But he had a grocery store, and there were some white people who didn't want him to have a grocery store, and so you know what they did? They set him up, and they got him killed because he was black. They didn't want black people to succeed because they wanted them to be subservient freaking slaves.
And I don't know. I think that the world's got to smarten up, or else it's going to just eventually start killing off people of its own, and we'll just go extinct because everybody will end up being dead. I mean,
there was
so much hate.
There were stories that I heard years ago where they had plans in some of these facilities where they took care of people with disabilities and things like that, and they were just going to let them die. Jeez. Because they weren't any good for society anyway. Shoot, people like me. People say I'm smart and all that, but my gosh, if it was a different point in time, they probably would have taken me out a long time ago. Because what can I contribute? My eyes don't work. What can so and so contribute? They can't walk. What can so and so contribute? Their skin's a different freaking color. I don't, and I don't mean this in a wrong way, but I'd like to change your phrase from old-fashioned thinking to just plain out wrong, evil thinking, because that's exactly what it is. You know, teaching people that's okay to look at people like that because their skin is a different color. It's just wrong. It's wrong.
Way too much hate in this world.
Totally agree.
Way too much. Scary to have kids nowadays.
Oh my gosh, is it ever.
So, I do want to say, even though we are on this channel right now, due to us being rebels and bad actors, I guess.
Because of us being in YouTube jail.
It has to be this way. I do believe on the 6th, I said I think we should be out.
Yeah, hopefully so.
So, we're still going to do something. I'm going to try to do something every day during the month of December. Not necessarily as in giveaways, because sadly this year we can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
Not like we did last year.
Right.
That was crazy. But,
right.
We do have some fun stuff kind of prepared, I guess, and
absolutely.
That'll all start on Wednesday 1st. If that's when Wednesday the 1st is, I don't know if it's Wednesday.
Tuesday. Or no, yeah, Wednesday. You're right. I was wrong.
Wait, don't take it seriously. Yeah. No. Also, I think the giveaways we do have planned will be awesome.
Oh yeah.
So it's not that we're not doing giveaways, we're just not doing as many as we did last year.
Wish we could, but
that was such a nice feeling.
I can only say hopefully next year works out like that. That was awesome.
That was awesome. Just $5 gift certificate cards for Amazon thing, and yeah. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And well, of course, so anybody on this channel, okay, the main channel is Ion Entertainment Network. Just that.
Yeah.
And
you can
a community page out there, so you can subscribe over there, and you'll get our updates. And we'll try to keep that up to date to let you know what's all going on this channel as well as that channel. And because I still upload daily to the original channel. And these eventually end up over on the original channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll all work out. Don't panic, and it'll be fun. But I think we're going to do something. We're still going to iron out some kinks, but we're working on it.
All I've got to say is, if you're watching this video, just make sure you tap on the icon. There's a watermark down at the bottom right-hand corner of the video. If you're on a computer, it may be on mobile devices as well. You could tap on that, and that'll take you over to the main Ion Entertainment Network #2 channel page, and there is a link over there that will cross-link you over to the main YouTube channel, Ion Entertainment Network, and be sure to go over there and subscribe and activate those notification bells. This is our backup channel. For those times when YouTube just doesn't like that we're, telling the truth. And so they just kind of put us on timeout, so we will be over here. But be sure to go and subscribe and activate notification bell over on Ion Entertainment Network on the original channel, so that you can keep up with what's going on.
Definitely. We're doing free shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. I did so good all show. I didn't swear once until now.
There's nothing better than free.
Mm-hmm. So subscribe, like, share, do all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Most definitely. So, from wherever you all are watching, if you're watching live or you're catching us on the replay, we are wrapping up, correct? I just want to make sure I read the cue.
Yeah, Oh, and if you're watching on the replay, hey, what's up?
Yep. And wherever you're watching from, guys, we appreciate you giving some of your time to watch over here and interact with us. And we do hope that you have a good morning, a good afternoon.
Wait.
Huh?
We also have a GoFundMe.
Yes, we do. And that is in the pinned post here in the chat, as well as in the description. Hoping to be able to go up and see that beautiful lady over the holidays. A lot of financial stuff had taken place. You can actually read the story over on the GoFundMe page. Between tax trolls and other situations that are going on, we're trying to work it out so we can see one another for the holidays and meet for the first time. So your generosity, if you would decide to contribute to that, is very much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. But we'll have that all figured out and well highlighted. And everybody will know what's what between that, the giveaways, and yeah.
Absolutely.
So good night, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody.